Hi folks, I hope you're well. I've just been watching a three-part drama called Fear, and very interesting. Very interesting. An architect and his wife and children move into this new home, and in the basement there is a man who is a computer genius. And not really a genius, but ish. More than most people, yes. And he, um, I think it's a case. That's a good point. Yes. When they open the door, they find a gift. They find that the person downstairs has left them biscuits. Homemade biscuits and a card saying welcome. They see that the name is Jan, so they think it's Jan, they think it's a woman. It's not. It's a man called Jan. Well, that man very, very quickly starts making accusations of the parents. Well, first of all, he starts flirting quite heavily with the woman and writing her little love letters and, sending her flowers and stuff like that. So, yeah. Then when that's rejected, he starts making accusations that both parents are sexually, physically, and every other way abusing their children, their boy and girl. Well, okay, both parents don't take this very well. By this point in time, this man has actually got into all of their Wi-Fi, and so every single device in their home, he's listening to them and watching them. And anything he can use, he's using. And he keeps making these accusations. And then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I know what I said was wrong, I will retract." And so they think, okay, that's sorted. It's not. Then it looks as if he's moved out, but he hasn't. And he just keeps on. And eventually he confronts the wife in front of the children of just abusing their children, and that she gave them £10 so she could do that. All of which is untrue. But it's right in front of the kids. And now the mum, she decides, right, I can't live here. I've got to move out. I've got to take the kids with me. Basically, what the man is doing is he is abusing this family, and thus by abusing this family, he is abusing those children. Right? Well, the husband then has a word with him again, and he says, yeah, okay, he will retract. He then puts a letter through the door stating that he understands it wasn't the woman, it wasn't the mother that was abusing the children, it was just the father. Now, the father is sitting there with his father, and his father is ex-service, so he's got a gun, and yeah. The show then makes it look as if the grandfather has killed this Jan. There's a court case, and the judge says, well, Jan is someone who's had a history. When he was a kid, he was abused this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. And he has a history of making fake accusations and nastiest kind against people. But knowing that, what he's saying is not true. So he goes and has treatment occasionally to sort of stop himself from doing that. The judge then says to the grandfather, okay, I'm therefore giving you 18 years because the victim, he showed guilt, he showed that he knew what he was doing was wrong. You haven't done so 20 years I could give you, I'm giving you 18 years. The judge completely ignored the fact that what the victim had been doing, as I say, was abusing the family. Because when you make fake accusations against people, you are potentially destroying their lives. You are saying something that could easily destroy their lives. That is abuse. And certainly when the children suffer, they're suffering at your hands. Your accusations has basically made those children suffer. So therefore, you have therefore abused those children by your actions. The judge didn't give a damn about that in any way, shape or form. Now, to me, I didn't feel any issue at all for Jan dying because, okay, let's take that consideration. This man had continuously, over years, made fake accusations, the worst kind, against people. Knowing that he was doing that, knowing that what he was saying was basically false. There was help available to him, which he went to occasionally. But only when it got seriously out of hand. But the problem is right now, when you make such accusations like that, you are potentially destroying lives. Obviously, you've got to be a very, very disturbed person if you think it's wonderful to make accusations like that against people time and time again. So, okay, now hopefully he's at peace. Because that's the reality. He's dead. Hopefully he's now at peace. Because now, yeah, all that stuff that was going through his head, yeah, he doesn't need that anymore. Yeah, he's not going to be doing any of that now. So not only will he not be hurting others, but he won't be hurt himself. And the reality is, you know, from how it looked, it was the grandfather who did it. Well, actually, you find out in the end it wasn't. It was the father who actually shot him. The father took the gun off the grandfather and shot him. And then gave the gun back to the grandfather, so it looked like the grandfather had done the shooting. So, put it this way. Had it been the grandfather, I would have been quite, okay. I can't blame him for doing that. But as it showed it right at the end, that it was actually the father who did it. The father was a coward. And the father was a coward all the way through. He was lying to his wife all the way through. And he lied at the end. So the man, you know, the husband, the father, the son of the man who went to prison in the end, was weak. Weak and pathetic. And, yeah, it wasn't a good ending. Yeah, his father volunteered to go to prison for him. And, again, yeah, that was a bit bitter of a taste on the end of it. Because, again, had it been the grandfather, you would have understood that he was protecting his family. Because the man in the basement was a direct threat to the family. Yeah, the husband, the wife, and the children. If you kept making accusations like that, the children would have been taken away from their parents, and their parents may have been all the accusations would have been in the papers. They would have lost their jobs. They could have lost everything because of this man. Now, okay, this man might not have been completely able to do much about it. Jan, yeah, the one in the basement. But from the point of view of the grandfather, I think you can understand that sort of action. I think most people can understand that. I think in society, what we need to do is we need to have a bloody good look at ourselves. Because there has been an awful lot of fake accusations made against people. There are a lot of people in jail right now because of fake accusations made. Because when you had that Believe All Women, you had a lot of people who were not guilty, who their lawyers were telling them, if you plead guilty, you get a lesser sentence. And yeah, if you don't plead guilty, you're going to be found guilty anyway. So there's a lot of people that are not guilty that are in prison right now. Because of fake accusations that have been made. There needs to be consequences to this stuff. If you make fake accusations against someone, there should be consequences to that within the law that we have. It's not defamation of character. It should be something a lot more. Put it this way, depending upon what is said, if what is said could destroy your life, then if it's fake, that person should be in jail for that. But then again, yeah. In the end, it is what it is. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.